Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. It's Saturday, so that means it's Fix It Day. And this week all the parts have turned up that I wanted, which is fantastic. And I got some new tools and what have you, so well happy. So first off, we're going to start with the Slash. Let's just zoom out a little bit. As you can probably see here, the transmission case here, or the diff case or whatever, all this one here, has two bolts in it, or two screws that go through the rear. I forgot what you call it now, hub or whatever, into the actual housing of the diff there. Unfortunately, I've managed to lose both screws. So one that side's gone, and the one that side you can't see because it's too dark has gone as well. So which means it's flapping around. But I put some screws that I had in there to see if I can shore it up. But unfortunately, it looks like the plastic threads inside have always been stripped. So I had to order a new one, which is right there. There we go. There's your part number, which is quite cool. So it also means I get to take everything apart, re-grease it all, and also put new bearings in, which I only did a couple of weeks back. So yeah, so watch this space and we'll see what happens. When I say I've got new tools, I don't mean like bananas and oranges and grapes. I mean like I got some screws and extra little bits and pieces there. Obviously that, and I won't show you, but you know, off camera over here, I've got like a little box in the corner where the plant is actually. There's a load of spares and stuff on there for the HPI MT2 Nitro, and I think I've got something for the Bugster. No, I just got to change the pinion of the Bugster. So yeah, cool. Anyway, let's crack on. Right, so all you're going to need for this job is a pair of pliers, your hobby spanner, and your best set of hex drivers. Okay, nothing too complicated. All we've got to do is basically take this wheel off, take that wheel off, cut this bad boy, undo a few screws, and away we go. But I'll show you how to do that. So as you can see so far, I've taken off both wheels, that one, and I've disconnected the motor. Always important to remember which goes to which lead, okay, which motor lead goes to which thing in the ESC, because I forgot about 3 or 4 times, and you get some really funky combinations if you do it wrong. Right, so next thing you're going to want to do is remove your drive shafts. So on this one, I haven't got standard drive shafts, I've got super heavy duty ones. You can tell because they're quite chunky. But also in here, just in there, I've also got the metal knuckles, drive shaft knuckles or whatever. They cost about 20 quid, but I tell you what, they're definitely worth it. It hasn't let me down at all, and it's been put through hell, as you've probably seen in my videos. So yeah, well worth the investment there. So yeah, you've got to take little grub screws out, which are going to be, hang on, it's quite difficult filming this in one hand. If I can just maybe get in there, let's have a look. So I put a bit of light on. Yeah, in there's your little grub screw hole. You're going to need a 1.5mm hex driver to get it out that side. On that side, because it's metal, there's 2 miniature grub screws on. So yeah, that's it just makes it easier to get everything out. So yeah, so the next thing I'd like to do is to take out all the under screws underneath there. You're going to need I think it's 2.5mm hex and a 2mm hex to get the big ones out there and the 2 small ones there, and then you've got a couple on the side here as well. And then hopefully it should all come away. Oh, don't forget to undo these ones, otherwise you'll be tugging and tugging and tugging and they won't come off. So yeah, so once you've taken out all the screws and stuff, you can then take this one off and put it to one side where the tyres are. Then you can take this off as well. Oh no, hang on. I need to undo some more. Right, so yeah, so now it's out. I forgot you got to take the suspension pins out, the ones that go in there, before you can get access to this bad boy. So it's now out. You can also take this off. There we are. So yeah, it's completely out of the way. Over in there.
Hello.
Pile of spares. Oh, there's MBLC one there.
Yeah,
look,
folks.
he's made the drink and he's going away again. Leaves it all up to me all the time. So anyway, let's crack on and change all the bits and pieces over in this bad boy. So yeah, I've just taken off the slipper clutch, and I keep forgetting what it's called, not the pinion. It's gone. Yeah, not too bad. Only problem is I've completely forgot that this one here, this motor bolt, is rounded off completely. So I'm going to have to try and do something about that. And unfortunately, due to lack of maintenance, that grub screw is stuck fast in there. So as you can probably tell by the amount of orange stuff that's around it, so that's my bad. And it's a must that if you get wet, if you wet your RC, like put it in water, you must dry it out thoroughly, otherwise you'll end up having problems like this. But anyway, let's persevere, carry on. Right, so everything is out at last. There's all your bits and pieces, your planetary gear, and your idler strut. No, that's your idler one. It's always good to check for any damage. I've had a quick look and I can't see anything, which is good. Gotta make sure they turn freely as well, which they do. Bearings actually look alright. Well, these ones do anyway. These ones don't. They've been through the wars. And it's always good just to check. Oh, there's a bit of grass in there. Always good to check the top there to make sure the pin's still intact, because they're known for breaking quite easy. So, but yeah, everything looks alright. Everything feels quite smooth. So yeah, let's crack on. Right, I just thought I'd show you the inside of the case. It's manky. It's probably been a good couple of months since I last cleaned it out properly. I vow never to let it get this bad again. It's horrific. So yeah, maintenance, guys. Maintenance. Keep going. Right, so everything's back in now. Fresh bearings and everything. Had a quick look inside this bad boy. Everything's fine in there, greased it all up. And yeah, now just time to put it all back together again. Right, so yeah, so I put everything back together now. Just missing one screw there. And then just got to put all of it back together, like slipper clutch and everything else, and get the motor sorted out. And then put everything back onto there. Right, so everything's back together again. In there. Everything spins freely, which is good. Just got to put the rest of it back together and then put it back on the car, like I've said about 4 times now. Right, so finally I've got everything back together, ish. But I almost forgot the 2 screws in the top there. Almost had it all back together again, but still. And yeah, so basically what you need to do is once you've got everything back on, is just do the reverse of taking it all off. You're bound to have a screw or 2 over, as always. You're just making it more lightweight, so don't worry about that. But no, yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. That's it, really. Any questions or comments, just chuck them down below.